welcome to this version of Lot Talks. We're going to talk some about the sires and then some of the individuals in sales that we like. And I guess I'm just going to start it off. Craig, what do you have to say about stock market?
Stock market. I mean, what's not to say about stock market? Honestly, there's very few bulls where you probably like the daughters and the sons as much as you do a stock market. You know, I mean, you get a lot of sires where you like the bulls or you like the heifers. Honestly, gun to my head, I couldn't decide which one I'd want out to do more. So we were pretty fortunate having him, and he's done some great things.
Yep,
and
sold a lot of
continue.
semen throughout the world.
Done a lot of good for us, and
Yep.
the influence he's had just on the breed moving it forward, I think,
Yep.
is
And so stock market passed away, if you didn't know, about a month ago. So, you know, the semen that's still in the system is the semen that's available. You know, and we did produce two good sons that we used in here. The fully stocked bull, which was bought by Fetuses and CT and a group from up in Montana, and then the dividend bull, which was bought by Bryce Risa. You know, so dividend stock, fully stocked, you know, gives some added muscle. Dividend has really, you know, has shown when it comes to ultrasounding for marbling. He is marbled really well, and so we appreciate that about him. The first bull in the sale that's stock market is Lot 2. Lot 2 is a phenomenal son. Comes out of the same cow line that produced Warhead.
talk about length.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. He's got the length, he's got the body like Warhead, but I believe he marbled.
Yep, he was
Pretty
103 in
dang good.
IMF and a 119 ribeye.
Yep. So I mean, that's kind of where I think Warhead maybe lacked a little bit, but
Yep.
I think he's got the power just as much, and
Yeah.
he's going to do some really good things.
That whole cow line's going to give you all kinds of power, you know, and stock market on there. I mean, that's going to be a set of cows.
Yep.
By that bull.
And 243 D sold last fall as at the leadoff cow in our summer cow offering, brought to 11,000, I think. Likely going to go into a program where she'll be flush, but you know she's a powerful cow and post the kind of growth numbers that this bull posts. You know, as we move up, there's a stock market that comes from the Rich program in Lot 4. This bull comes out of the Rachel cow line. Craig or Jake, you want to add anything about that bull, Lot 4?
You see that calf every time you're in the pen. He's good, he's thick, he's stout, he's quiet to be around. And again, with the cow line, you know, that's probably Kurt's favorite cow line in his herd right there, the Rachel cows. So
Yep.
He brought quite a few stock market bulls, or a lot of the bulls that he brought were stock markets, and they all stand out. They all have that type you like.
yeah.
So then we moved to Lot 6, who is a dividend son. You know, like I said earlier, the dividends, particularly marbled. You know, this bull's in the top 7% of the breed for marbling, but, you know, really a long-sided kind of bull. Anything you guys like to add on Lot? Did I say 7? I meant 6. Lot 6.
That dam, we were talking about him in the video, Pen,
Yeah.
about her. That's
Yeah.
just, we flushed her, I believe.
Yep.
Yep.
And then, well, we'll talk about it here in a little bit when we talk about the paychecks. But if you look at the bottom side of the pedigree on Lot 1, the Grand Dam's the same cow.
Yep, there you go.
You're gonna see a lot of that cow.
Good catch there.
And just the dividends in general. Bryce Reese sent me a picture of all of his dividend heifers and talk about a uniform set. He'll put them together, and I think you can tell from what we have going on here, it's pretty similar.
Yeah.
So,
The dividends are gonna bring as much power as anything. I mean,
Yeah.
they got some gas.
So then we'll move to Lot 9, which is a stock market out of a Durham cow. Be the first 1B commercial cattleman. Take a look here. These Durham cows have done a great job. This is a stock market on an atomic. Any thoughts there?
If you're looking for a bull to raise a set of daughters out of, I can't imagine it being much better.
but yeah. I think you and I have gone through that pen a few times, and every time we catch the eye, we're like, well, one dude can't quite use it.
Yeah.
He's going to do some great things.
Yep.
Absolutely.
And then 11 is the full brother to the bull we just talked about, lot 6, out of same cow, same sire. Any specific comments about lot 11?
He's just I don't know. He's just good. Again, he's a lot like the other calf. It's just a powerful set of calves out of a really good cow.
And then we'll move up to, well, this one's a little off, but this is 14 is out of Stockmarket's Sire, Stockman. Got a few bulls from the Matthias program. This cow in particular came out of the Ludvigsen dispersal. So we do have a few Stockman sons. And then we'll move up. Lot 16 comes from the Rouse program, another stock market out of Roland Deep Daughter. Comments on him?
You can see the Roland Deep influence in that one. I mean, he's carries as much depth as anything.
Yep, he's deep in that flank and just kind of a good kind of bull. Then quickly moving up through them, lot 19 and 20. Lot 19 being a stock market, 20 being a dividend. Any thoughts there, guys?
I just think as you go through the top 20 here, like we've seen, it's stock market or his sons that really take up a large part of it, and that's the reason, and it continues to do so.
Yeah, there are over 60 stock market sons in this sale. Greg, you had a comment there?
No, just agreeing as also.
Okay. And then 21 is a stock market out of the Oda cow line. Stock market on hard drive. Actually, this Grand Dam went down to the Lake Angel program, the same place that Paycheck came out of, and has been a foundation cow in their program. But there's another good stock market. Go ahead.
I was gonna say, what a great segue, Craig.
Well, I want to cover a few more stock markets, but there's so many good ones you can't pass up. I mean, you got 22 who's out of stock market. If you guys got anything to interject, you got 23 who's out of dividend. You got 24 who's out of stock market. 25's out of stock market. Then you move up to 28, and Kristen's gonna make me get done quickly here. We got 30, another great stock market, and then we move into. There's one bull I want to get to here, Kristen. 35 is a fully stocked, which is stock market son. Those cattle have just done a phenomenal job for us, and you can see how he puts them in the front end. I don't want you to forget about lot 40. Lot 40 scanned really well on IMF. That is a phenomenal bull. Comes with a little more birth, but he sure got the growth to support it. Any thoughts on 40?
And just the style too. He's deserves a second look.
So with that forefront on the bottom side, I think that really brings them up a notch on that female side of things too. I mean, just that mating is something we really like to see.
Yep, for sure.
He could be a premium female producer. So anyway, that's going to end us talking about stock market. We're going to move on to Paycheck. Paycheck's a bull we added to our program. We bought him out of the Lundgren Angus program. Blake and Kristen Angel produced this bull out of they have some red cows. We found the bull. I think at the time the guys thought I'd spent a lot of money for a bull out of a small program. But he's done it sure seems to work on our mix of pedigrees right now. It's great. Again, it's worked very well on stock market daughters. When you look at this bull's data, it's hard. He's -2 on birth with a 174 on yearling. Plus, he's in the top 6% of the breed for marbling, top 5% of the breed for ribeye. Those cattle have a great shape to them. Would you guys like to add any more about the general kind of the Paychecks?
They're going to add muscle. Every one of them, as you go down the line, every one of them's thick and completely full of meat.
Yep, got that dimension to them and that flanks. I mean, for the most part, they're deep and they're just they're wide.
So if we move on and start talking about the sons, he sure plowed them into the front end of the bulls. Of course, the lot 1 bull, who's one of my personal favorites. This is a Paycheck son out of a famed cow line, the Primrose cow line here. Of course, the 204E. You mentioned the relationship there earlier. That sure. This bull sure ties it up solidly from a pedigree perspective. You know, I really like this bull, and he jumped through all the hoops. He's 152 on IMF, 104 on ribeye. He does the right things. You know, one of the things I think is that if you want a good female producer, they're going to have to be easy flushing. He's scanned a 141 on IMF, which leads me to believe that he will be the kind of female the kind of female producer that will add flesh. He just did so many things right. I mean, what do you guys see about him as he walks out and through the pen?
Talk about width. His dam's the same way. You know, we've been flushing her, and she almost got stuck in one of our other chutes because she's just so wide. And I think he does the exact same thing.
A couple years ago, we ran all of our cattle on the dollar profit system, and she was one of the high females in the dollar profit system. Just a phenomenal, really moderate kind of cow. I mean, the bull is very moderate, but he doesn't give up anything on performance to any other bull in the pen. And he carries it so well. You know, one of the things that I was out there with Bob and Steve Yackley a little earlier today. They loved how the bull. Bob gave me a $9,500 bid, so I think we'll be able to start him at that. But Bob said he'd sure give $9,500 for him right off the bat. But anyway, you know, they said he just carries it so well. He doesn't need to be any bigger. So you know, I'm thinking this bull has a lot of utility within the industry. I think in general we get our cows a little bigger than they need to be. So I mean, but he moves well. I know any other comment. I can't say that enough. He moves so great for the thickness and the capacity that he carries. I don't know. Any thoughts, guys?
Well, I think this bull's gonna go do some big things. I mean, he just has done everything right. You know, there's nothing that he hasn't done. He grew, he scanned, he's out of one of the best cows on the place.
I mean, it's a stock market daughter. We've talked about earlier in the previous Sire about how good stock markets are. This is a prime example. I mean, we've littered the top end with stock market daughters on the bottom side. If it's not a stock market, it's probably or it's a good chance it's out of a stock market daughter. But this bull is phenomenal. You know, take a look at the video, come and have a look at him.
And then easy to get along with too.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, he's quiet.
Yes, they're quiet. Yeah, the paychecks in general are quiet, but he is a peach, and of course his dam is like that too.
Yep.
So then we moved to lot 5. We got another one. Here's one with a little more extension, a little more frame.
Yep.
What would you guys say about him?
Yeah, he's got a little more frame, but maybe not quite a sleep all night heifer.
Yep. Having ease.
Bull, but still, he's gonna work on heifers. But yeah, I guess if you're looking for something with a tick more frame and a whole lot of gas.
Yep. Out of a Maximus daughter, you know, we sold Maximus. Originally Maximus sold to Scott Reynolds and Cooksley Ranch, George Cooksley. That bull last year sold to the Peepers at Peeper Red Angus. They saw a lot of daughters up here and some good sons. You know, we didn't use Maximus. We don't have a representation or any calves sired by him in this offering. The truth of the matter is, if you start looking through the pedigrees, you'll see a lot of Spartacus, Maximus, Tiberius, Gladiator. Those are all sons of Spartacus, and so it just got to the point where we were having limited number of uses. And he's probably a bull we may consider, you know, using a little bit on maybe some of these stock market daughters. We'll see. But lot 5's a paycheck. Lot 7 will catch your eye out there. Another phenomenal bull out of a 2-year-old dam. And the Chantress Caline comments about him, guys?
He was one of mine. I mean, next to lot 1, I think I like him quite a bit. Just, you know, he's got that frame, he's got that depth to him.
Got the mass. Yep.
He moves very well. I mean, he tracks
free.
good.
Yeah.
Steps in his track. You know, there's a lot I like about him. So then, you know, as we keep going up the way on Paycheck Sons, there's some right in here. Lot 18 is a Paycheck. He's a bull that catches your eye. Of course, this is a pretty good dam. Comments about her, guys, or lot 18?
Those driven daughters, seem to have put them up there pretty good.
Yeah.
Just throughout their lifetime, they've done a really good job.
Yeah. Then 240D, we flushed her. I mean, that was she's done a great job. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
Obviously, this daughter's done well, and yeah, driven
You
sure.
said that in the footnotes, Greg.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So then we move up, and there's some more paychecks here. We just trying to catch some of the highlights as we move in here. We have lot 32. He scanned a 126 on IMF. Has a really, really nice data set. Any comments about him, guys?
Again, they're photocopies of it. I mean, if you say something about one, you've kind of said it about all of them, I think. They just carry so much mass and muscle, and
Yep.
every one of them does it.
Yep, and this one, he's top 13% for marbling, top 1% for ribeye. As we keep moving up, seems like there's one more in here that kind of catches my eye as I'm looking out there. Lot 61. Kind of goes to the same cow line that lot 1 and the last bull, the Primrose cow line, but this one is out of a hard drive. So with that, we're going to move on to the next sire. With that, we're going to close out this episode, and we're going to cover another couple sires in the next episode.